I needed to go and visit Baba Credo Mutwa down in Kuruman. Nettie and I visited Baba January 2006, and I first went to him to try in my own mind understand how our African culture could combine Christianity with sacrificing, slaughtering. I already gone through the process of initiation into the Sangoma structures, and I was confused, so I needed to consult with Credo Mutwa. Credo Mutwa opened my eyes at the age of 60 something to what South Africa and life was all about. He opened my eyes maybe, but he did not open my mind. So as we've been progressing through the last couple of months on black and white intercourse, I needed to go back to Baba to confirm a lot of things that we'd heard over the past few years. Nettie and I have visited there at least twice a year, sometimes more, since January 2006. The first afternoon, when I explained to him what this whole initiative was all about, his first response is that if black and whites don't start talking to one another and supporting one another, we will not survive. When I told him that I believed that 2020 was the limit that we could survive in these separated, segregated communities, he said, "Sir," I hate the way he calls me sir, but he said, "Sir, it'll be 2 years and not much more." Normally, whenever we go down to Credo, it takes me 2 hours of hard work convincing him that I've not come to take something from him and exploit it, make myself rich, and nothing for him. He would, in those first 2 hours, talk about all issues that he got in his mind about what has happened in terms of his skills, literature, artwork, medicinal skills that have been taken away from him without any return. Never, ever did he mention any names. Never did I concern myself. What I did do is try not get involved during this period of anything that could be seen as exploitation. Then, the next day, we're in conversation. 93 minutes the battery lasted. We could have gone on for another 93 minutes. But we will go back soon once we've started to process what I've done. Of great importance is the insert that is going to come into this part 6. Because for the first time, after my first afternoon of interaction with Credo, telling him how I personally felt about our country, the black-white issues, what I understood about abuse and atrocities, what I understood about the farm murders, what I understood about all this bubbling animosity and the fact that we don't talk to one another. But he could for the first time hear who Cedric was, because I'd got down to a level of not being afraid to tell him who I was. So for the first time in nearly 5 years, when he started talking, he identified names, not just those people that he feels may have exploited him. And my apologies to anyone who Baba in the interview claims that they exploited him. But the forum is there to address the issue. I believe that Baba trusts me to be honest with him, and part of what he would like is for me to understand and transmit what he has said. And there could be a lot of misunderstanding between what Baba thinks should have come his way and what should normally go his way. But I'll leave that up to those parties that he identifies. But in addition to this little issue that we're going to look at now, as we progress, we will find for the first time Baba identifying politicians by name, people by names, people who have done things by name, countries by name, that he never trusted me with in the last 5 years. Part of the discussion that we were having that triggered this particular portion was slavery, historical slavery, and the fact that Bheki and a lot of other blacks would say that we are still enslaved. And what Credo is talking about here is his personal feeling about that issue.
Stop poaching Africa's rhinos. Stop destroying Africa's elephants. And furthermore, let the Malata people be truly free. Oh Botswana, you perfumed hypocrite in the British Commonwealth. Let us be true to ourselves. But who am I to say? What am I? I am nothing but a slave myself. My hands have written over 15 books. Some of these books I first wrote in collaboration with other authors. The first author I worked with was the great South African storyteller Wilbur Smith. We worked well together. This led to another collaboration with a great lady scientist, Brenda Sullivan. There was more. But I have been destroyed through my own naivety and stupidity and almost quixotic trusting of people. I have become a fool in the eyes of the world, and people make thousands of dollars out of my advice. This was the last and greatest book I wrote. Men and women who would not give me the time of day. Here. This book has gone into about 5 editions, and I've never gained a cent from it. The same is here. This man wrote this book mentioning me and never once told me what he was doing. He used, my name has become used by people for their own ends. Here is another book that has recently come to me. I don't know who this man is, Pierre Sabak, the murder of reality. Mr. Pierre Sabak quotes me many times in this book. You know, again and again, it has become a fashion for writers in South Africa and in America and elsewhere to put Credo Mutwa's name in their books, sometimes without telling him, I am the road to fortune. Here is another one. It's the same man of the large book. Michael Tellinger. I, Credo Mutwa, have become the feast of vultures.